Okay. So, first of all, we want to take a deep breath. It's important that people remember to breathe. There's lots of tension, lots of fear, lots of anxiety, lots of worry creeping in again, creeping in. You can feel it. It tingles up your spine. It raises your shoulders. It hunches you over. It puts an edge in your voice, creates a knot in your neck. It gives all of these symptoms that create pressure on the systems, on the bodies, that cannot ever be helpful. So, when we're looking at what is occurring today, what is going on right now, we want to remind everyone to breathe. You just take a few deep breaths in, nose, out, mouth, calm yourself. These breathing techniques that you can use have an immediate effect. Breath is immediate, yes. It is calming, it is cleansing, it is healing. It leaves you at one with the self, the spirit, the mind, the body, all connected through the breath, always the breath. So we want to encourage people to stop and to breathe. Even if they don't think they are particularly stressed, particularly worried, particularly out of sorts, you probably are. Right now, there's a lot happening. So we want to encourage people to breathe, because this is the quickest way to calm the systems down. As you do the breathing, only needs to be a few, you'll find yourself changing your physical presence, your mental awareness, your heart openness. All will come into one whole. You need to take these times, just a few slow breaths, recalibrate the system, recalibrate the body, recalibrate the mind, come back to you, come back to whole, come back to one, several times throughout the day. Whenever you think about it, really just several times, come back to peace, and then you can think again, and you will be thinking clearer, you will be feeling lighter, your shoulders will drop, your tension will release, your mind will calm, and the world won't seem so strange. Because let's face it, you could be forgiven for thinking world is pretty strange. Now, I'm not going to talk awful lot about what is occurring now, but we do want to just say to people, you're in the time of change. We keep repeating the same because you need to always remind yourself, in the confusion, in the destruction, in the chaos, lies the pathway to the new era. You are moving through this time, not sinking into it. Hold on to that thought. You are moving through this time, not sinking into it. It's very important that you maintain that understanding of what these transition times are. Because the minute you find that you believe that you are sinking into it, you'll find your energy shifts from positive to negative, from light to dark, from love to fear. And in that darker space, you will feel overwhelmed. You will feel swamped, sucked in, drawn down, pulled in to increasing darkness. And it does not need to be that way. You can comprehend that you are moving through transitional times, that you will be a witness to much chaos. You will be a witness to what will seem to be much disaster. But if you always hold on to the thought in your mind and in your heart that you are moving through these times, not drowning in them, You will be able to move through with calmer attitude, more understanding, more awareness, more hope, more light. This is crucial. This is crucial. You will be a participant in the creation of the new era because you are the pathway to the new era. Every time you choose light over dark, you are pathway to the new era. Every time you support one another, creating unity with the human brothers and sisters all around your world, you are pathway to the new era. So walk that pathway, knowing that you are at one with the pathway. The pathway is you. You are walking it and you are becoming it. And as you build the pathway, others can then follow. Anyone listening to this is at the forefront of the change. You are the builders of the pathway. You are the walkers. You are those that need to lead the way so that others can follow. If you succumb to feelings of darkness, and we don't mean temporarily, you can pull yourself back up, that's understandable. But if you live there, if you choose it, if you actively choose to fear, to surround yourself in dark, then you're not building the pathway to the new era for anyone else to follow. You're grounding yourself in the heaviness of what is, refusing to see the light of what will be. And this cannot help anybody. So what we urge you to understand is that you are the light. You are the pathway moving forward into the new era. And it is your choices that you make to choose light over dark, to choose love over fear. All the time, in every way. Any time that you have a way of thinking about a situation or about a person or about anything that is occurring, if you make the conscious decision to choose light over dark, you are the pathway. Do we expect you to love every minute of this transitional journey? No, we do not. No, we do not. Do we expect you to never feel overwhelmed by the fearful energy that is surrounding the planets right now? No, we do not. But it is a choice that you must make to come back to light, to come back to hope, come back to understanding what is occurring. Because the chaos that will continue, I don't wish to alarm, but you understand what this is. You understand this is the transitional time. You understand you came for this. So when you only look at the chaos or you only look at the disaster or the darkness, and you don't come from the comprehension that this is a disillusion of the old era, you fail to establish yourself in the new era. You fail to create that pathway for you to walk upon and for others to follow. And it is incumbent upon each person to make the decision to choose light. However dark you fall, come back to light. There is always hope because this is the transitional time. So if you see something that alarms you, don't stay there. You are a human being. So you're going to experience the realities of what is occurring around you, but you don't have to stay there. Come back to comprehension of what this is all about. Come back to comprehension of what you're here for. Illuminate the pathway so that all can follow. You don't have to stay there. If you see something that hurts you, emotionally, physically, spiritually, acknowledge it. But then remind yourself of all the light that there is. Remind yourself of all the hope that there is. Remind yourself of the light that you are. Come back to self. Take your breaths. Walk forward on the path. Walk forward on the path. Be the path. Be the path for others to follow. You already know that you are here for this purpose. So now it is time to live that purpose. You must be the light. Does that mean you ignore what is occurring right now? No, but it means you transmute that into light. And how do you do that? By being the embodiment of humanity, the embodiment of compassion in all areas and all things. There are people who are not awake. You know this. You cannot chide them. You cannot chide them for not being awake. If you chide them for not being awake, they have no one to follow. They have only resistance to what it is that you are trying to show them. So light up. Light up. Move forward. Let them see that there is a way through this time that doesn't have to be fearful, that doesn't have to be shameful, that doesn't have to be disastrous. Let them see your path. The path that you are. Light up. If you despair of what is occurring, if you lose hope, you are sinking into darkness and not building the pathway. There is much occurring. There is much more to come. But you must come from the comprehension that all of this is transition period. All of this is taking you from old era to new era. This is the journey you came for. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. We don't have to sink into the dark. We must not sink into the dark. Conscious choices, up to hope, up to light, up to love. All will be smoother, all will be easier, all will be faster. Let's walk that path, let's build that path, let's become the path. Much love, much love.